discussing how a certain important point in astrology in your natal birth chart, called the part of fortune, affects you according to the house and sign it's placed in. I'm going to recommend that you listen to the entire introduction of this video and learn about the part of fortune and how it works in your chart and in synastry. I'm not repeating this information for the ascendant sign readings. If you found this intriguing, you would like to know about your natal part of fortune, I suggest that you take advantage of the special reading for the part of fortune so that we can evaluate your natal part of fortune and how it works for you. Book me at rachel-mayo.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. The part of fortune is sometimes referred to as pars fortuna or lot of fortune. You can easily locate this in your chart. It's a little circle with a cross inside it, or 4 squares, whichever way you want to see it. This point in your chart will tell you everything you need to know about luck, wealth, and abundance. In simpler terms, this point will show you how and where you can get your money, your wealth. This point could also indicate your natural born talents. This is a very sensitive point in your chart, and when it's activated, it can bring wealth, financial abundance. This point can manifest fortune into your life. We can evaluate how it works in your chart by the sign it's placed in, the house it's placed in, and the planet that rules your part of fortune. All these placements tell a story of how you can access material success. Hello YouTube, my name is Rachel Mayo. Welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. It's absolutely free. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to my channel. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. Commenting and liking my videos really helps my channel grow. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that you're enjoying my content, you love my content, and then the YouTube algorithm recommends my video to other people who love astrology just like yourself. So please hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. And if you'd like to win a free solar return chart reading with me, all you have to do to enter the contest is subscribe to my channel and comment below saying free solar and subscribed. You must be subscribed. And if you've already commented on my past videos, I'm going to encourage you to continue commenting. Make me notice you. I select 3 winners every month. This might be your lucky month. I'm going to give you a brief example about my part of fortune. My part of fortune is located in the 9th house in the sign of Leo. So my part of fortune is essentially ruled by the sun. This means that any major events like eclipses, as we all know, the sun is always part of the eclipse, can activate my part of fortune. And so can conjunctions to the part of fortune, especially if you have a conjunction in your solar return chart or in a lunar return chart. So let's break down my part of fortune. A 9th house is the house of foreigners, foreign lands. I live in a foreign land. So if you have this placement, it means that you have to leave your home country in order to find your fortune. Or you have to marry a foreigner, which are all things I've done already. Which house is the ruler of the part of fortune placed? This is where your talents lie and how you use this placement to access material wealth. I have a 3rd house sun. The 3rd house is the house of siblings, immediate environment, communication, the mind, your learning ability. This is the house of effort. I'm already using this aspect on my YouTube channel. I'm using the aspect of communication to activate my part of fortune. And as a Scorpio rising, Leo is my MC. So I have to do this type of communication in front of an audience in a public way, which I'm already fulfilling. There's a lot that goes on into evaluating this aspect, and you can do this with a professional astrologer. So if you'd like to know the power of your part of fortune or where you can find your fortune, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Part of fortune also works in a spectacular way in synastry. For example, one of my best clients has his part of fortune right on top of my MC. This client has improved my status because it introduced me to a lot of other clients. So if this is happening with another person, a business person, it means that you're going to help each other grow in this area. I also noticed that there's always a significant contact with the part of fortune in long-term relationships like partnerships and marriages. A part of fortune can show you if the person that you're partnering up with is good for you financially, if they're going to bring more fortune into your life, or if they're going to make you lose your fortune. It's amazing how many things you can see in astrology. Your part of fortune in Aries or the 1st house. This part of fortune is ruled by planet Mars. You can access your fortune by being passionate and taking action. This means that you cannot sit there and procrastinate. You have to make an effort in order to access your fortune. It's just not going to come to you. You have to work for it. You have to find it. And by taking action, you're going to attract this fortune towards you. And the way of taking action could actually be physical, because Aries is the first house of the zodiac. It is the ascendant. It's an angle house. So you have to do something physically in order to attract this attention to you. Or you have to be known for something that you have done, something that you have achieved in the past, which could essentially improve your resume and how other people see you. With the first house part of fortune, you could make money in industries where you're motivating others to improve their life. You could also be a personal coach. You could also have a business in the sports industry. Some people could make their fortune selling weapons, or being in the military or the police, or becoming a fireman for some. Any type of industry that requires bravery, courage, and taking action. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Your part of fortune in the second house or in the sign of Taurus, ruled by Venus. This is a money house. It rules over our ability to earn a living. It rules over the mouth, what comes out of the mouth, what goes in the mouth. It also rules over the family that we make with another person. So in order to be successful with this placement, you have to be highly ambitious. You have to be highly motivated to go after the things that you love and value. You could be successful with anything that is Venusian. Being a makeup artist, being a singer if you have a beautiful voice, because this area also rules the mouth. If you're really lucky, you could make your fortune with the family that you create, the family that you choose, not the family that you're born into. And that is with a spouse or a friend, or with a friend that has been your friend for a long time, and you start to look at them as family. With this part of fortune, you have to earn your own. You have to make your own fortune with your own earning ability. This is not handed down to you. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Your part of fortune in the third house or in the sign of Gemini, ruled by Mercury. The third house rules over our immediate environment, our neighborhood, our neighbors, our siblings. This house rules over our thought process. So essentially it means that it rules over the mind. It also rules over our learning ability, our ability to learn new skills. This is a house where you have to apply some type of effort in order to achieve something. It also rules over small gadgets like our phones and our computers. You can manifest your wealth and fortune through your intelligence and communication, using your mind, learning new skills, and being inventive. This means that you can manifest your wealth in an industry that requires a lot of communication, a YouTube channel, an Instagram channel. You can also manifest wealth by being a journalist. And some of you can also manifest wealth by being in business with your siblings or your neighbor in your immediate environment. This means that opening a business locally in your town. You can find massive success working in technology or any other fields that require public speaking, perhaps even acting. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Your part of fortune in the fourth house or in the sign of Cancer, ruled by the moon. Fourth house is an angle house, and when an angle is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. So this placement, the first, the fourth, the seventh, and the 10th are very special placements. Your fortune will be manifested in your homeland, the country that you were born in, and this could be through your family or real estate. And this is because the fourth house rules over your home, your family, and your mother. You can manifest massive wealth in real estate. This means that you can be a successful real estate agent. Cancer is the nurturer of the zodiac. So any field that has to do with nurturing others is where your wealth lies in. And that could be you opening a restaurant, feeding others, nurturing others through food. Some can also be successful as a midwife or taking care of other people's children, like opening a daycare. And this is something that you can do in your home. The fourth house also deals with our deep hidden resentments. These resentments could be about our ancestry or our mother. So you could be a psychologist that works from home, dealing with helping other people to heal these issues. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. The part of fortune in the sign of Leo or in the fifth house, you are ruled by the sun. I gave a perfect example of my own natal placement in the sign of Leo in the ninth house. So go back and listen to the introduction because this is going to help you understand how this placement works in this sign. Your fortune will be manifested by you just being lucky, being in the right place at the right time, or through the entertainment industry. The fifth house is a lucky house. This is the house of luck that we earn from a past life. And this luck is available for us to use in this lifetime, especially when it's activated by a transit. The fifth house rules over our creative ability, and our greatest creation are our children. So this house rules over children. It rules over entertainment. It rules over our talents. And some of us can use these talents to start a small business. This house rules over fertility and romance. This placement allows you to use your talents, your creativity in order to make a fortune. Some of you could make your fortune through your children if your children are highly talented. Like in the case of Serena and Venus Williams. Of course, their father made a lot of fortune through his children. You can manifest massive wealth as an entertainer, an actor, an artist of some kind. And some of you could manifest massive wealth by meeting a wealthy romantic partner. A lot of creative people like musicians and actors have this placement. This is a really lucky placement. For the placement in the fifth house, you can manifest your wealth through financial windfalls by gambling or playing the lottery. I'm not suggesting that you go and gamble away all your money or you just keep betting. If you do so, do it within reason. You have some luck here. So at some point in your life, when this point is activated, you could have a major financial windfall. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. The part of fortune in the sixth house or in the sign of Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury. With this placement, you can manifest massive wealth by being in service to other people. This means that you can work in the healthcare industry. You can be a nurse or a doctor or a mental health practitioner. You could be a dietitian or a personal trainer. The sixth house rules over our daily routine, our workout regimen, our diet. It rules over the work that we do for a living. It rules our co-workers. This is essentially the house where we fight. This placement is ruled by Mercury, so we're not fighting physically. We're fighting using words and intelligence. You can also use this placement to become a lawyer, a defender of others. This is because the sixth house rules over our known enemies, and our known enemies can be seen through our self-sabotaging habits like eating too much, drinking too much, or doing drugs and leading to disease. So this part of fortune allows you to help others to fight these known enemies. This placement favors working for others, serving others. But if you do decide to open your own business, I'll suggest that you open it in a business that is dedicated to serving others. This placement can also ensure that you're going to have people who are really dedicated to serving you, working for you and helping you serve others. These are going to be really good workers with a good work ethic, just like yourself. If you want anything done properly, efficiently, hire a Virgo ascendant or people with Virgo placements. They truly understand what it is to be of service to others. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Part of fortune in the 7th house or in the sign of Libra, ruled by Venus. The 7th house is an angle house. So when this angle is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. This is a special placement, and it has to do with the people that we do business with, people that we partner with, our long-term committed relationships like marriage, and business partnerships that are under contract. Your fortune here will be manifested by collaborating with others in marriage or in business. So you have to work with another person in order to activate this part of fortune. People that have this placement tend to become more successful as soon as they get married or start a business with another person. Or even if they go into business, they're still going to be dealing with another person in order to get that fortune. You're more successful with this part of fortune when you're using the energy of Venus, meaning that you have to be nice, you have to be fair, and you have to be balanced. Venus ruling Libra is a sophisticated and well put together type of Venus and is well mannered. So this means that you have to present yourself in that way. Venus in Libra appreciates a woman who wears some makeup, enhances her beauty in some way, smells good. So when you use this energy in that way and dress the part, you're going to attract fortune in your life. However, you must be prepared to hear the other person's point of view, their perspective, their opinions, their ideas. You have to meet the other person halfway. It cannot be all about you. You have to be willing to work with another person. Considering all the things that I've said, with this placement, you're not going to be successful if you go it alone in business as a sole proprietor, or if you choose a single life. You have to be partnered up with someone in some way. This house also rules over our open enemy. As we all know, marriages or business agreements are not always successful and they end up separating or breaking up. When this happens, they need the help of an attorney. This makes this house the house where we fight the other person legally using the help of an attorney. It is the house of law and order. It's the house of fairness, the house of balance, the house of justice. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. The part of fortune in the 8th house or in Scorpio, ruled by Mars and Pluto. You will manifest fortune through deep, intimate relationships, other people's money, like inheritances, financial windfalls. It rules over banks, mortgages. This is the house of unearned income. You can manifest massive wealth in this house, and this could be through businesses that take advantage of other people's losses. You could be working in repossessing cars and auctioning them off, repossessing houses and foreclosing on houses and auctioning them off. You could be working as an investor or in the stock exchange. You could also be highly successful working in insurance. Anything that has to do with other people's money. You could be a banker, a mortgage broker, a tax assessor. Some of you could also work in the occult or something that is hidden and secretive. You could also be successful as a sex worker, a stripper, or a porn star. This house does rule over those things. With this placement, you're going to go through several transformations in your life where you have to regenerate yourself, rebrand yourself into something new. You can also manifest wealth by marrying into a wealthy family. That's having access to their resources. People with this placement tend to have a couple of inheritances in their lifetime. So this part of fortune can sometimes be very gnarly. Something negative has to happen to somebody else in order for your part of fortune to be activated. 8th house is a complicated house. This is a house of secrets. Our secrets and other people's secrets. It is the house where we keep secrets even from ourselves. This is a deep and psychological house. This house rules over intimacy, deep bonded intimacy, sex, death, and taxes. Mars also rules the sign of Aries. I suggest you also listen to the sign of Aries in order to understand this energy. You have to be willing to take action. You have to be passionate and maybe somehow a bit ruthless. Being ruled by Pluto, this is the part where it brings the death. This is the part where it brings the death, rebirth, and transformation. Pluto tends to kill or transform whatever it touches. This is a very complicated part of fortune with a lot of layers. But if you use it correctly, you're going to be successful through other people's resources and other people's money. It could be as simple as people wanting to pay for your things, pay for your food, your clothing, and your vacations. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Part of fortune in the ninth house or in Sagittarius. You are ruled by Jupiter. If you've not listened to the introduction of this video, please go back. Go and listen to my example about this placement. I have this placement in the ninth house. You will manifest your fortune in a foreign land, interacting with foreigners, or through the justice system. The ninth house rules over the justice system, so you can become a lawyer, a judge, working in another capacity in the legal system. Other people can manifest wealth by marrying a foreigner. But to have the most success with this placement, it's recommended that you travel to another country, live in a foreign country. This is where your wealth is. And it's most likely that when you're there, you will marry somebody who's from that country. That person is foreign to you. You'll be already activating the part of fortune just by marrying a foreigner. The ninth house rules over our higher belief system. And this belief system is a system that was passed down to us by somebody who we look up to, like a professor, a guru, a priest. It also rules over universities. You can manifest your wealth through education, higher education, getting a degree or a master's degree, or being an educator yourself. The energy of planet Jupiter is very benevolent energy. This is a planet that brings abundance and expands whatever it touches. This makes the ninth house a very lucky house. As long as you're doing things in a moral way, Jupiter is going to expand you. Jupiter is going to expand your fortune. So in this house, you just can't be doing things to please yourself. You have to be doing things that are moral and correct, things that can also help other people, inspire other people to be better or to achieve a better future. You have to be a guru and a teacher in some way. With this placement, your future is looking bright. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Your part of fortune in the 10th house or in the sign of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. The 10th house is an angle house, and when an angle house is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. So this placement is very important because also the 10th house is the MC. The MC is a parental axis. It means that it rules one of your parents, the more dominant parent. This is the house that rules over our authority figures like our bosses. It rules the government. It rules our status in society. What do you do for work? Who are you? What is your title? Your wealth will be manifested by your status and your ambition to get to the top. This placement requires work, repetition, resilience, and it could take a long time because Saturn is a planet that requires all those characteristics in order to be successful and get to the top. Once you are at the top, you're going to hold this position for a very long time. You've earned this position. For some of you, this placement could have you go into business with your father and you make your wealth through the family business. Others could marry into a wealthy family, royalties, or some other type of public figure or celebrity, giving you a shared status because of who they are. Most people that have this placement end up being leaders or bosses in whatever industry they're in. Their name is known publicly in some way, in some important way. So this means that there could also be politicians or become CEOs of large firms. This part of fortune commands a lot of respect. My son has the part of fortune in the 10th house. Whenever he starts a job, he always ends up as a manager, a team leader, or the boss within a very short time. It's almost like your employers know that you are the person that they need to you are the person that they need to be in charge of their company, run their company, lead them to success. And this is usually achieved through hard work. You're going to remain prominent in your industry. Your name is going to be known for what you do. This is an excellent position for you to become a politician or work for the government. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. The path of fortune in the 11th house or in Aquarius, ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Your path of fortune is going to be manifested through the groups that you belong to, your friends, your uncles, your aunties, social media platforms, online businesses. This is an excellent position for the path of fortune, and this is because the 11th house rewards all the work that we did in the 10th house. This is the house which gives you the financial windfalls, the promotions, the recognition among your peers. This is the house of wish fulfillment. It's almost like the path of fortune is guaranteeing you that if you work hard, you stay focused, and you make the correct connections, you're going to be very successful at some point in your life. This is the house that rules over your hopes, dreams, and wishes. This is the house of wish fulfillment. If you're young and thinking whatever you're doing at this time will not bring you success, it's very likely that later on in your life, you will meet with success. Of course, that depends on what it is that you're doing and if it aligns with your natal path of fortune. To make the most of this placement, you have to go and meet and greet people. You have to rub with the right shoulders. You have to have a social media presence, as within a YouTube channel, Instagram channel, or an online business. Or you can work with large organizations or clubs. There has to be a humanitarian component in what you're doing, because this is the house of the people, that serves the people, that benefits the people. Uranus ruling this house, you have to be open-minded in what you select as a career. You'll be more successful in doing something that is unusual, or working with technology, something that is highly advanced. You can also start your own social media platform with this part of fortune. Friends and the connections you have are also very important for this placement. Saturn is a core ruler of this placement. Saturn can guarantee you're going to hold on to your wealth. And especially because this is a reward for something you already worked for, something you already put a lot of energy and time into. And now you're finally getting the reward of your hard work. If you have this placement, don't shy away from hard work, unusual work. Make sure it's a business that can improve large groups of people, that can help mankind. And don't give up on your hopes, dreams, and wishes. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Path of fortune in the 12th house or in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. The 12th house is a complicated house because this is a dark place. It's a hidden house. This is a house where we self-sabotage. This is the house of our hidden enemies. And we self-sabotage through our bad habits or anything that we do behind closed doors, doing drugs, drinking too much, or some type of self-harm. Anything that we do behind closed doors is ruled by this house. The 12th house also rules over far-off foreign lands, hidden spaces, dark spaces like hospitals, prisons, asylums. It is also the house of healing and rest. This is the house of the subconscious. It rules over spirituality and generational karma. Generational karma is not karma that you earned. It's karma that is passed down to you because of the family that you're born into. Your last name. Your fortune can be manifested in a far-off foreign land. That means that if you want to make the most of this placement, you have to leave your homeland, go and live in a foreign land, and fortune and wealth will come your way. It can also be manifested through spirituality. You can be a psychic, a medium, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist. You can also be an astrologer. In this house, you have the ability to feel and see hidden spaces, your psychic ability or your subconscious, your intuition. So you're more successful when you use your intuition or psychic ability when you're making life-changing decisions. It makes sense that people with this placement have to leave their homeland in order to be successful, and they could be leaving their homeland because of negative generational karma. It could be that your past generations did not have such a good reputation and you're being defined by your generational karma. You're being defined in your country by the bad things, the bad karma that is linked to your generation. Perhaps somebody in your family could have committed a heinous crime and they went to prison, and you don't want to be associated with that. So you leave your homeland in order to start a life in another place where people don't know about your family history. Or it could be you that has a bad reputation and you have to leave in order to achieve success. This house is ruled by Jupiter. And when Jupiter is in the 12th house, it gives you a protection. It's almost like you have a guardian angel. You could be involved in a major car accident where people lose their life or sustain major injuries. You could be the person that walks out with a few scratches. Neptune ruling this sign and house makes you highly spiritual, sensitive. It can also help you interpret dreams or receive messages from past generations through your dreams. House also rules over our imagination, making us highly creative. And we all know most of the greatest creation are done behind the scenes, are done behind closed doors, like writing a screenplay, creating great pieces of art, the play and the film industry. So if you invest in anything that is ruled by this house, it's very likely that you manifest massive wealth. And Jupiter being in this house, Jupiter is going to expand your wealth. A lot of millionaires have their part of fortune in the 12th house or in the sign of Pisces. Neptune rules over large masses of water like the seas. So some of you could manifest your fortune by becoming a marine or investing in businesses that have to do with water, or by owning a cruise ship. This is a highly creative and imaginative part of fortune. You have to really tune into your creativity, your imagination, your psychic ability, your spirituality, and also be willing to work behind the scenes. If you've not watched the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and watch the introduction. There is more information there that is going to help you evaluate how this transit or aspect is going to help you evaluate your own natal birth chart. And if you'd like further guidance, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayor.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.